My daughter grandparents is trying to force their way into her life. I, 30 female, am the single mother of Clara, 2 female. My pregnancy wasn't planned. I had a no-strings-attached relationship with her father, Jack, 30 male, for 7 months when I became pregnant unexpectedly. He lived in another state but would visit my city monthly for business reasons, and we hit it off after meeting in a bar. We thought about our options regarding the pregnancy, but I decided to keep the baby. Jack wanted to be part of her life, so we planned to raise the baby together, but not as a couple, just co-parents. Unfortunately, Jack's passed away during my pregnancy. Jack's parents, Linda and James's, knew that I was pregnant when he passed. We already had done a prenatal paternity test at the time. We were all devastated by his passing, but of course his parents were destroyed by it. Clara is their first and only grandkid, and she became their beacon of light in a dark time, as they say. They have other 2 daughters, Ruth, 37 female, and Lily, 27 female, but they don't have children. Ruth is trying to conceive for a long time with her husband, and Lily is child-free and single. Jack's whole family lives in another state with the exception of Lily, that lives abroad. They have a family business, so their life is there, while I have my family and career in my current city, where I live with Clara. Since Clara was born, we have an agreement, nothing legal, but we all agreed with visitations for her grandparents and aunts. They usually visit Clara twice a month. James and Linda are the ones that visit the most, but Ruth also shows up sometimes. I really appreciate their presence on her life. Since the beginning, a point of content on our relationship was traveling with Clara to their state. They have a big property that's in their family for over 100 years and have a family business too. In their small town, they are treated as almost royalty and wanted Clara to experience that. I understand that it's good for my daughter to know her heritage, but I always put my foot down on the idea of their traveling with her without me. I already visited their hometown 3 times with Clara since she was born, but this isn't enough apparently. Our relationship wasn't perfect. I had some issues with Linda meddling way too much on my parenting, but we were civil until I started my current relationship. I've been dating Ted, 34 male, for almost a year, and things are tense with James and Linda. Ted and I don't live together, and he has a daughter, Marie, 4 female, that lives with him. Linda has expressed disapproval to his constant presence in my house, which is not true. Both of us work a lot, and between our kids and other priorities, we probably see each other 3 to 4 times a week. To Marie having playdates and sleepovers with Clara, and the list go on. The woman will find a way to comment something even about Ted's car parked in front of my house. Things escalated when 2 weeks ago I emailed Linda, James, and Ruth an invite for Christmas Eve. Ted and I will have a get-together with our families and close friends. I decided to invite Clara's grandparents so they can spend Christmas Eve with her. But I also let them know that if they prefer, they can take her for lunch on Christmas Day. The next day, Linda texted me that they already had plans to take Clara to their home on Christmas. I said that this was not happening. I didn't hear anything from her for about 2 days. Linda called me stating that she gave me 2 days to cool off and be reasonable. I asked what she meant, and she said they have rights over Clara, and they had waited too much to take her home for Christmas. Now she is bigger and can travel without me. I said that this was never discussed, and I will not let them travel with my daughter without even discussing with me before. Linda said this was the discussion before the travel. I laughed on the call and said she was delusional. Things escalated quickly after that. I was accused of trying to replace Jack on Clara's life. I also said some things that were a little cruel about Jack never even meeting Clara. After Linda hung up on me, James called and tried to reason with me. He let it slip that they bought Clara's plane tickets 2 months ago without asking me first. I said there's no way I would let them walk all over me. James lost his temper and demanded that I should apologize to Linda or we will go to court over this. I didn't back down and said they were choosing to fight over this, not me. Well, after some time of silence from them, I was served with court papers. They are suing me over custody of Clara and are stating I am unfit as a mother. I already have a lawyer who I consult before our fight over the phone. She told me yesterday they have almost 0 chance of getting any custody. The most they can get is visitation, but still I am worried about this becoming a legal battle. People on my life are divided. Part of them think I did nothing wrong by putting up boundaries, and others think it's petty of me to start a fight with my daughter's grandparents when I could let them travel with her for Christmas when I know they are good grandparents and will take care of her. Some clarifications are needed. 1. How Linda and James know details about my life, how they know about Ted's car and Marie's playdates. They do live in another state, but they visit often. At least twice a month they come to see Clara, and they come to my house to pick her up and to leave her after their outings. This is how Linda realized Ted's car on the front of my driveway, since I live in a gated community, and it's forbidden this type of parking unless it's the homeowner's car. The first time she saw his car, Linda asked if I would call the security to tow the car, and I said no because it was Ted's car. They also used to FaceTime Clara 3 times a week. That's how they learned about some of her playdates and sleepovers with Marie. They called when Marie was still at the house with Clara and saw her. 2. They expected my toddler to travel alone on a plane? No, I think I couldn't explain well enough. James said they would travel to my city, take Clara with them on the plane to their state, and after a week they would bring her back. She was never supposed to travel alone for what they were planning. Do I believe they were going to kidnap my daughter? I don't know. I think it's possible. Some comments made me paranoid, to be honest. James said they bought her tickets back, but I don't think I should trust him without proof. Their word means nothing now. 4. Do I still have contact with them? No, my lawyer advised me to cut all visits, video calls with Clara, and only communicate with my daughter's grandparents through our lawyers. They are not blocked on my phone, but I will not receive any call from them. If they text me or email me, I'll have it sent to my lawyer. Trust me, today was all about making an FU binder and documenting every little thing. Thank you a lot for the advice, guys. And don't worry much, Clara and I live in a very secure community, with cameras and armed security. Nobody will take her from me.